So in the summer term of last year, the head of Year 7 approached me to set up a transition project, and as an English teacher I went with a novel, and so we sent a proposal to SLT to buy in enough copies of The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas for every new student who was starting in the school. We went with the novel because we thought it had such good scope for lots of themes and issues to be explored, and we got as many departments involved as possible. So we set up a meeting with Key Stage 3 coordinators, heads of department, asking them to plan a series of lessons for the first week or 2 weeks of the autumn term, where students could do work in that subject area but based on the novel The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. And that was agreed, and so students who started and came in for their induction day got given this novel and got asked to read it over the summer holidays and do some home learning on it. So they got asked to produce a piece of illustration or to write a book review, and we hope that it would kind of benefit their transition into Key Stage 3, give them a much better start into Year 7. And we also wanted to increase parental engagement, so get parents involved in reading, get them involved with the home learning process, get them used to what the high expectations would be in Year 7. And we were really, really successful in that so many departments were involved and so many students had actually read the book before they had even started school. So we produced an abridged version for EAL students where they were able to access audio versions and film clips, worksheets for them to produce over the summer holidays so they could get some extra support. And lots of departments got involved, like I said. So history did a lot of work on the context of the Holocaust. They finished their scheme with an extended piece of writing on why is there a boy in the striped pyjamas. We had MFL doing keywords, learning the alphabet, engaging with the characters' names, talking about the different characters. Maths did lots of work looking at data of concentration camp victims, creating bar charts, graphs, things like this. Science did diet and nutrition. Literally, as lots and lots of departments were involved. So there was drama, that the students started learning about different drama techniques through the novel, characterisation. English did a whole workbook on language analysis from Bruno's perspective, diary entries, speaking and listening. And this lasted for a good 2 or 3 weeks, so much so that some subjects who had only planned 1 hour lessons or 2 hour lessons had gone on with it for so long because the students were so engaged and so interested in the topic, and they saw the worth because the book was being used across the whole of the curriculum in all of their lessons. And then parents were invited for the usual Meet the Tutor evening, which happens late September, early October. But this wasn't a normal Meet the Tutor evening because the students actually produced an exhibition in their form groups of all the work that they'd produced in their first few weeks at school, and they were able to share that with their parents. So it was a fantastic opportunity for parents to see the work they'd been doing in lessons, to talk to the teaching staff, and they had this common theme and this common thread. So even our students who had come from outside the borough, who perhaps moved to our school with very few friends, had a common topic to talk about because they'd all read this novel. And some students hadn't read the novel, but because they realised that every subject was involved and every subject was expecting them to have the book with them in that lesson, they soon very quickly read it because they realised they were going to be left behind. So the feedback was really positive. The pupils really enjoyed the story. They enjoyed the work that they were doing across the different subject areas. And they liked the idea that different subjects were working together, so tech and ICT, for example, English and history. They could see the benefits of these cross-curricular links. And they gave us lots of ideas of how we could improve it for next year as well. So they said they wanted the work to be more challenging. They said, could they have more options for the summer homework? Could we do different things? Could we have more practical ideas? They suggested changing the story as well. So maybe, for new students starting, that we would do a different novel. And we got feedback from staff. So, staff were on the whole quite positive. Some subjects found it a lot more difficult to plan than others. So, for example, history, initially were a little bit concerned about the sensitive nature of the Holocaust and how they were going to aim that at Year 7 students. But they really found that it was quite positive at the end as well. And they were really impressed with how mature the students approached the topic. And it gave these pupils a sense of consistency immediately as they started in Year 7. And for us now, we can see the benefits of having really strong transition from Key Stage 2 to Key Stage 3, because our Year 7 students have made their best ever start to Year 7. The data shows that they've made excellent progress. They've hit the ground running. There's no, weeks of getting to know each other and, you know, little activities about what we do in English and what we do in science. Instead, they just got straight into the novel, straight into really challenging Key Stage 3 work. So we're planning to repeat the project again next year. We will use the same novel, I think at least for another year, just so that we can get it, you know, improve it, hone it, and make sure all subjects are involved, because there were one or two this year that didn't get a chance to be involved and plan things, but we would like all subjects to be involved so the students can see that consistency across their whole timetable. So yeah, that's me pretty much. Thank you.